Welcome to Steps Forward with Ricky, a weekly walking podcast designed to help you take steps forward in your life and your day. I am podcasting, hold on, I'm sitting on my face, from Ojai, California. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but I don't look too pretty. I look like I've just been camping for a week, even though I haven't. I've been in a beautiful Airstream. I came to Ojai because I just needed a break from just my environment, I think. Just like I work in the same, my place every day, and I just wanted to change the scenery. And honestly, I've been kind of burnt out. Let's backtrack here for a second, though. Hello, welcome to my podcast. Happy Monday, new day, fresh start. Whatever day this is for you, it's always a fresh start. If you're new here, this is a walking podcast, putting one foot in front of the other, moving your body as you listen to the episodes. Okay, so now let's go back. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty burnt out. And I know this is pretty common for a lot of people. Obviously, if you're an entrepreneur and you're going, and you have your own business, there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of things to be done. And I just feel like I'm a little burnt out. Not burnt out because I don't love what I'm doing with my podcast and with my creating my content and with mentoring and walking away from weed, but burnt out in the point of like, at some point I have to be able to recognize when I'm just going because I'm chasing that high versus I have trust and faith in the process in building a business and impacting people in my life that I don't have to be on all the time. And I think that's something that I've really kind of realized. I hired a business coach recently. She's like a business mindset coach because everyone needs mentorship. I mean, I tell my clients to invest in me and I invest in myself. And the more that I invest in myself, the more value I have and the more education I have, the more knowledge I have, the better I can be to other people and the better I am as a person and entrepreneur. And she said something so interesting to me because I've realized I have a lot of different limiting beliefs around money and my value, and I have a lot of fear. I don't know if you can relate to that. Just fear around certain things in my life. And I was talking to her about them, and we were just talking about pricing and all this different stuff and where I want to be and how many people I want to impact and what's the impact I want to create and, how much money do I want to make, all this different stuff, right, that you have to think about when you're building a business, building a brand, helping people. And she said, I've noticed something about you. She's like, I think what's happening is that you're really burnt out because you've been putting so much effort into your content and doing this and your podcast, your program, and you're trying to get people into the program filled up, and you're going. She's like, and honestly, you're kind of in survivor mode again. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, your nervous system is kind of like coming to a stop. It's like, please stop. This is another high. You're chasing another high. And I was like, oh my God. Wow. That's kind of true. It's like I went from one high to the next, even though this is a much better high, right? And it's not just like a temporary high. Like I love what I do. I plan to speak on stages and build a big business and impact people and make a lot of money and create. And this is who I am. But wow. I realized that I've never done something with ease, with a lot of trust and faith. I've always hustled. And some hustle is good, right? The hustle that feels good in your body and you're just on a row and you're flowing and you're like, yes, fuck yeah, let's do this. That's great. But the hustle that doesn't feel good, the pressure I put on myself, the pressure I put to be on all the time. And listen, we all have different things in our lives. And I'm grateful to be able to be doing what I'm doing. But I also recognize that I have a lot of limitations in terms of my mindset, in terms of what I believe I have to do in order to be successful. What is even success? What does that even mean? What's my relationship with money? What's my relationship with business? What's my relationship with doing things with more ease? Why do I have to go? I don't have the answers for you right now. Maybe you feel that way too. If you've thrown yourself into something else, maybe you've walked away from weed and you've thrown yourself into something else, or you've walked away from something else in your life. And it's good to throw yourselves into things because purpose is really great. But I realized that if I get where I'm trying to go, let's just say I reach a certain amount of money and I reach a certain amount of impact and I get there and I can't even enjoy it and I want more. What does that mean? And if I get to the place I want to get to, if the way that I got there is so exhausting and so unsustainable, it's like, what is the fucking point? And she said to me, she's like, you got to pause for a moment, like slow down. Where are you going? And I was like, you're right. She's like, listen, there's a lot of go, go, go. And there's not a lot of ease. Like you don't trust the process. And now your energy is being depleted because you're just doing so much, and you've got a lot of different things going on. You got your podcast and you have your TikTok and you have a few marketing clients, and then you've got your walking away from weed program, and then you've got the people that are in the membership of the walking away from weed program. She's like, it's a lot. So you're putting so much pressure on yourself to be everywhere, and your energy is depleted now, and your nervous system is like, please stop. I need a minute. I need a break. And it's true. And I think that what I've realized is that there really is a part of me that doesn't believe that I can have ease and success or ease and happiness. Because I like to go, go, go. And I always will, and that's who I am. But there is a part of me that has a belief that's like, unless you do it this way, it can't be done. I don't know if you can relate to that. Like, unless you hustle or unless you burn out or unless you do everything at all the time, every second, you're totally connected. You're never going to make money. You're never going to have impact. You're never going to be successful. And I'm telling you right now, I am 4 months into this new venture of mine. I'm 8 months, almost 9 months into my podcast. And like, I'm telling you right now, it's not the right way to do it. And she's just helping me understand like where I need to slow down and where I need to speed up. And where I feel like there are real stories of limitations for me, limiting beliefs, especially around money. Like we've been doing a lot of talking about money. And listen, I'm not one to talk about money a lot. Like I don't talk about money like on my Instagrams or TikToks a lot, but I want to talk about it for a minute because money for me, or the relationship I have with money, is like very similar to the relationship I have just in general, or the things that I'm working on, right? I don't know if you can relate to this, but just like with business and with trust. So like if you believe that you're not worth a certain number, or you believe that you put a number out there and people are going to reject you, so you feel like you have to try harder, you have to push, or you have to adjust. And I think that applies to a lot of different things in my life. Like if I just put more out there, right? Or if I just sell it a little more, if I just tailor it a little more, it's like maybe someone will do it, which is like crazy because I've had really great success in my life, and especially with my podcast and my program, but it's a limiting belief. It's actually, you know what I'm thinking about now? It's scarcity. It's a scarcity mindset. I have such a scarcity mindset sometimes. I don't know if you can relate to that. Like I used to be like that way with guys. Like unless I text them first, like they're not going to text me. Unless I do this, that's not going to happen. And I think what I'm realizing now, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, is that I'm actually putting so much energy out there and I'm not getting enough in return. Meaning I'm not valuing myself enough, like emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, that the energy I'm putting out there now I feel like a little resentful because my nervous system is like, hey, can we trust? Can we change our relationship with money? Can we change our relationship with what success means? Can we trust the process? Because we don't have to grow so fast. We don't have to build so fast. We don't have to be connected all the time to be successful. And then it makes you realize, damn, I walk away from weed. I walk away from these different things in my life. And then all this stuff comes up. And it's good stuff because it's important stuff. But I got to take care of myself. You have to take care of yourself. And we have to have more faith in our process and more faith in ourselves and our value. And that not everyone's going to agree with it, right? If I charge something for something and someone doesn't agree with it, that's okay. I don't have to push. I have to understand that the value of something that I'm offering has nothing to do with the length of time I'm planning on helping someone. It's the value that they walk away with. It's like this podcast. I have 20-minute episodes, right? And people tell me every day that they changed their life because of my podcast. My episodes are 20 minutes, which is incredible. I'm so grateful that you do. But if everything was valued around how long something was, then you wouldn't like this podcast, right? You wouldn't find it valuable. But I'm sure you would subscribe to it. Maybe you would even pay for it monthly because you find value in it. And I realized that about my walking away from weed program as well. The value people get when they walk away, the transformation they get is priceless. And I have to believe that. I have to believe that 100%. Well, I know I believe that. I know it's true. I mean, it's literally in front of me. People are telling me every day, like, I am sober, I am this, I am that, thank you. And I think that I've put value on that, it's only a few days or only this like length of time. And so I've been looking at value in time, like hours I work or things that I, in time, like how much I put out there, how much I do this. And it's not about that. It's about the value and quality that you offer in somebody's life. And making sure there's an exchange of energy, an equal exchange of energy. I feel like I just got off a little topic, but my whole point is that, like, if you feel burnt out and your nervous system is like feeling like, okay, calm down, and you feel like you have to go, or you have to convince someone of someone, or you have to push, or you have to be everywhere. It's like there's a disconnect to what you're doing, the way that you're doing it, because you believe in your heart that success equals how much you do something or how often you do something, or that you have to do it all the time, or that you have to make this program longer for you to be able to charge more. You have to make this longer for you feel like you have to impact lives, or you have to put this much content out. You have to answer this many text messages at this rate. And it's like, it's not how it works. Jay Shetty, I don't know if you know him, he's a big podcaster, speaker, all these things. He said something so incredible. He goes, I used to value myself in terms of length of time. So I would charge a certain amount of money, or I would do a certain amount of thing, like, okay, here's an hour of my time, I charge this. He's like, and then I realized that I could give someone 20 minutes of my time. And because I work better in shorter bursts of energy, they would get more from that 20 minutes than they would get from me from an hour. And I could double my price for that because they just get more of me. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy and amazing. And when I think about it like that, I think about how burnt out I've gotten by putting in so much time for everything, and not to realize that it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. And if I took a step back and I had more faith in the process, my money mindset was a little healthier. My belief and my trust in myself and the value that I bring, maybe I could take a step back and do less, but provide more. And then I could take care of myself more, and I wouldn't create this burnout. We all have different things in our lives that we push and we push and we push, and we have to ask ourselves, like, what are we pushing for? And when we get to the destination, are we going to keep pushing? I'm not willing to sacrifice my nervous system to push for success. Success to me is feeling good about who I am and what I'm doing. And of course, impacting people, making money and creating, and all that is success. But if I get there and I'm burnt out, damn, how am I going to sustain it? So my business coach helped me see that I've got some limiting beliefs around what success is and what I believe to be true about success and money. And that if I work through them, I'll have more ease in things that I'm doing. And maybe you can relate to that with your life or your relationship or your business. Is it about how much you push, or is it about how much you trust and value yourself? Not everything is measured in length of time. It's also measured in energy. So I put out these 20-minute episodes and you love them and you change your life on them, but they're only 20 minutes, but it's the energy. But if I put out there an hour episode, I might be really burnt out. You might get more information, but I don't know if you'd get so much value because it's not the right way for me to offer value, because I do better in shorter energy, like things, windows. So more is more, but not always. You got to take care of yourself, guys. You got to recognize that some of this shit's going to come up when you make change. And it's good stuff, because you might start to repeat old patterns and behaviors in your life. But it's just an opportunity to slow down. And I'm so happy that, like, I invest in myself and I'm hiring different mentors and really like learning and growing, because sometimes we need somebody else to hold our hand and hold us accountable to realize like we don't have to do this on our own. And just because we've done it before on our own and we've had some success doesn't mean that we can take it to the next level on our own. And having someone call me out and being like, you're actually in survivor mode right now. Like you feel like you have to go, was like, holy shit. Yes, I am. And I don't want to be. And you don't want to be. So where can you slow down in your life? Where are you doing a lot because you're actually in fear, not because you're excited by it? And there is a difference, and you'll know the difference. Where are you giving too much because you're scared that no one's going to want to be around you or no one's going to sign up for your thing? Where can you have more trust in your process and in yourself? Pick one thing. Maybe it's just a habit. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a project. Maybe it's creating content. Maybe it's a business. But where can you take a step back and have more faith that your step back's actually going to move you forward? And that whatever around you or inside of you or within you is telling you that you need to go, do, push and be this and be that all the time, that's a fear of rejection and scarcity. And I get it, that I'm working on it, and you got to work on it too. So let's have more faith. Let's know our value and our worth, and let's stop measuring shit in fucking time, length of time. Who cares? Measure it by how much energy is given in that situation and the value that someone gets from it. And value yourself enough to take a break. I'm about to go to a hot springs. I met this girl at a coffee shop yesterday. Her name is Cam. She's really cool. She was like, hey, you want to come to hot springs with me? I'm like, okay, cool. So here I go. If I don't come back, well, her name is Cam and it's the only information I have. So, all right, guys, I love you. Hope you had a good walk. Got some information coming out about the next Walking Away from Weed group, one-on-one stuff, and I will keep you guys updated on everything. Thanks for being here. Drink water. Value yourself. Take a step back to take a step forward. See you Monday.